Hey guys, what's up? In this video, I want to talk about our overly complex society. Oh boy, we all know this, right? Oh, blah blah blah. We all know that society's getting harder. Well, not necessarily harder, but it's more complex because global stuff. No, this is not going to be that type of video. What I'm going to talk to you guys about is how, in my opinion, society is overly complex to a fault. I don't think everything's bad. I think that certain things need to be complex. A car I'm sitting in, that's not going to be made in a day. I mean, maybe on an assembly line, but I mean, the collective man hours it takes to build a car, certainly not, you can't snap your fingers and bam, I'm in a 2010 Elantra. It takes time, and that's a good thing. But I'm talking about the things that don't need to be overly complex. And I'm going to use some car examples, and I'm sure there are many others. Here's just one. With new cars, I think you've heard this from some gearhead in your life. If you're not one, you're probably going to be like, oh, here we go. But if you are one, I hope you feel my pain. The amount of complexity in cars today is just phenomenal. For example, I know a friend who has I think like maybe a Saturn Vue or I think it's a Saturn Vue. I haven't seen him in years, and he's probably gotten rid of it since. Wasn't a close friend, but that's why normally I'd tell you the car like that, but I wasn't 100% right. I only saw it once. I think it was a Saturn Vue or was some other GM early crossover car. Anyways, he had to replace a headlight, right? Fairly unusual considering the car is fairly new, but whatever. You'd think it's fairly simple, right? You pop the hood, you look underneath, and oh, there's the housing. You just unscrew it and pop it in like my car. My car, I must admit, although it's a 2010, it's fairly new, it's fucking easy to replace the headlight. It's not hard, and it's a new car. I guess Hyundai realizes, they don't want to overcomplicate things because they want customers from that sell point, I guess. But you have to understand, his car, he told me it took him over an hour to replace a headlight. And you're thinking, is this guy stupid? No. In order to replace the headlight, it was a Chevy Trailblazer. You have to, I think, remove the front bumper. And this is all in their owner's manual, apparently. You have to remove the front bumper. And then you have to, remove, some housing around the headlight. All these plastic bits that are basically not really serving a purpose other than being in the fucking way. In other words, they don't want you to do anything yourself. They want you to go to the dealership and pay them to replace a headlight. What? Why the fuck is that even a thing? Same with my PT, well, that's not my PT Cruiser, it's my parents'. Originally, it was like that. It was very difficult to access the headlight housing. And then, eventually, after consumer backlash, they're like, duh, let's just have it so you go underneath the wheel well and replace it from there. Much more simple. What's another thing I can think of? Hidden engines. Oh yeah, Porsches. Have you seen the new Porsche, the 991? Brand new one? You can't work on the engine. It's under so much plastic and crap, you literally have to remove, the rear portion of the car to get there. It's not just you open the back, it's a rear engine car, right? So you open the rear bonnet, and it's just okay, there's two exhaust grills for the fans to suck in cold air, and you're just there's no screws, there's nothing, and then you realize, oh my god, you need a Porsche technician to open this. You don't have the tools to do so. And you see the old Porsches, they don't have that. The engine's sticking out like a sore thumb. Those are new cars. I know BMWs don't even have an oil dipstick anymore. You need to go to a BMW dealership to get an oil change, I assume. Because how the fuck would you... I mean, maybe you have to open the cap and then put a stick in yourself. I don't fucking know. Why the fuck is everything so overly complicated when it doesn't need to be? Not everything, but there's just that's just the car examples. There are certain things that were so simple in the past, and they over-engineer the shit out of it. It's not like an engine where they need to get, this fuel economy by 2020 or the whole company goes under because they don't meet the government CAF regulations. What's another one? No one. Oh, okay, that's coming up. Okay, I'll say that in just a sec. And for people, I'll do one more example. If you're not a car person, if you bought a new fridge or freezer, and let's say a shelf breaks because they are not made of metal anymore, they're made of plastic, and they're just shit. And maybe they were made of plastic years ago too, but they're made of like glass, and they're very cheap, and they break like that. Our fridge has broken 2 door handles. 2. They're gone. They're broken. Because they're thin as fuck, and we have to open the door on the side now, not the door, like not pulling the door of the fridge anymore, but the side of the actual fridge. You gotta kind of open it from there, which isn't a big deal. But I mean, the point is, folks, if you want it, you have to order that part, right? Well, I mean, it takes a while to order it, and I just don't understand the point. Why is everything so cheap? Why is everything so fragile? Why is it if you want to replace or have a service technician in to look at your fridge because the thing's leaking after a year, like so many of these Whirlpool fridges or whatever they're called, they're so crappy and they're falling apart. Why is it that the cost of that is almost as expensive as buying a new fridge? I'll tell you why, folks. It's because we live in an artificial society that is based off, it's a throwaway society, and the only reason society has not completely fucking collapsed is because consumers are buying things at record pace, not because they need it, but because their old one lasted 2 years and it is designed to fail. Simple as that. So what you have are, in the past, people buy maybe a fridge every 15 years. Now you got people buying fridges every couple years, cars every couple years, anything every couple. Computer you can't access anymore. There's so much crap in the way. You have to take it to a technician, a specialist. So what we're doing is we're inventing jobs. We're literally inventing jobs, and we're literally I called it the dependent-driven society. Dependent meaning that the consumer is always dependent on someone else to fix things for them. And again, that'll come into my next video with youth being so stupid and not understanding how things work. I'm just fucking tired of like everything being so complex that you need like a degree, or not even a degree, you need so much knowledge just to fix something so simple. Why is that? It's disempowering, and I find that no one really cares anymore. People laugh at you when you ask if you say, things should really change, this is bullshit, and people say, oh no, it's great, you want to live in a cave, or stupid shit like that. I mean, I don't know, I just, Logic Junkie, are you hearing me on this one, Logic Junkie? Come on. I wish you'd put out some more videos, man. I think that you got some good shit there, but I don't know, man. I'm sick and tired of seeing something that is so simple to fix maybe 20 years ago, and now it's like, why did they over-engineer the fuck out of it? Why? It's just ridiculous. And I'm sick of it. I think everyone is. I think we're all sick of this stupid shit. And, they don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to fix things on your own. They just want you to be dependent on someone else. And that's the only reason why the economy is the way it is today, is because we have people who are just absolutely obsessed with someone has to repair this and someone has to repair that. There's no one who can fix things anymore, mainly because they don't teach that shit in school anymore. They don't teach home ec or stuff like that, or they've got rid of shop class because only idiots do shop apparently, and everyone's a professional in something. So I don't know, and you feel like an idiot. You feel like an idiot at 20 years old because you can't do a damn thing anymore, and the society fucking sucks. So that's that.